Alright, so this morning we're still waiting on a few things, but we have these little gaskets for the EGR. So I'm going to make some 1/4 inch block off plates for these. I was contemplating 1/8 inch, but with that much heat and exhaust pressure, I think it'd just be safer to go with 1/4, because I know 1/4 is not going to bend or warp or anything. So I'm going to make some of these out of 1/4 really quick. And we'll go from there. Still got a hose to pick up from our buddy Eric. He finished brazing it the other day. We just need to go grab it. Then we can throw the upper intake manifold on. So we'll see what Scott says. Alright, so just picked this up from our buddy Eric, and he's got a little fix right there. Probably can't really see it. I'll see if I can zoom it in. Oh, looks like the camera's actually adjusting, so maybe you can see it. It's not the prettiest little weld in the world, but looks like it's waterproof, so that's really all that matters. It's going to be hidden anyway. So, thank you, Eric, for saving our butt again. Alright, so it's kind of weird the way this thing goes on. This actually goes on the top of the intake manifold. So you gotta like get that piece under. Probably easier if I took these bolts out. Bing. Alright. Ooh, you know what I forgot? Actually, let's see if there's any on here. These bolts didn't have to be cleaned. I can't tell. But, either way, I'm gonna throw some on here. Because it's a good thing to do. Alright, Scott wants me to take the vacuum lines off that. Damn it, Bobby. Right, sorry, it's Monday morning, my brain's moving a little slow. One of those vacuum lines, not both of them. Yeah, I don't know, this vacuum line stuff is madness. That's why I cataloged all of it. Alright, anyway, we need to track down that bolt. And I don't know, it's probably going to be boring, so let's turn the camera back on. I want to do something else fun. Alright, here's a question. Is this actually carbon? No. Maybe not. Maybe that's just really gross fuel. Look at that. Ugh, it's in your intake manifold. That's going into your engine. That is just awful. Just awful. I'm scrubbing that off. Make sure if you do something like this to blow it out with compressed air when you're done. That way you don't get any of it in your engine. Your engine will be very unhappy with you. plates made. This one's already secured on there with the new gasket. I could only find one new gasket, which totally sucks. So one of the old ones really wasn't bad at all. Both the mating surfaces looked super nice. The areas that actually seal were super nice. So yeah, that one's got the brand new one. I mean, it's in front. And as far as I could figure, they'd have about the same amount of pressure. This one might actually have a little bit more pressure. I don't know if you could tell or not, but I was having a heck of a time with the plasma cutter. Just did not want to strike an arc. And was cutting kind of funky anyway. But after I ground the edges down, the block off plates actually look pretty great, so I'll take it. I just want to feel it. I just want to feel it. That's all it needs to do. Forget about it. Not Donnie Darko. Not a fan of that movie. I don't like super depressing movies. Pretty simple when it comes to movies. Either have a good car chase or blow shit up, and I will watch your movie. That's really all it takes. Alright, so this intake manifold gasket, it's just this little paper thing. Got some coating on the outside of the paper that actually doesn't look terrible. It's from Toyota. On my 22R, I silicone them because typically they leak really bad. On this, I'm not going to. The mating surfaces look really good. That, and there's not a lot to even get silicone to. If I tried to silicone this, it'd just squish out everywhere and it'd just restrict the airflow. And the silicone might even come off and go inside your engine, which your engine would probably spit it back out, but I mean, might gum up your works. I don't know. It's from Toyota. This gasket should be totally fine to use with just a gasket. Probably the best course of action by far. Alright, that should be fairly focused in the right area. You'll find out. Alrighty. Let's get this pig on here. Oh, that does not want to go in its home. Oh, especially since there's a block right there. Alright, hold that thought. as I have recommended before, put your clamps on first or else you're going to hate your life and you might do something stupid like I did the other day. Lube everything first. Your hoses will go on more easily and they'll come off more easily. Stragglers from the EGR delete, namely those three. Pretty sure that one's in the right spot. I'll double check. Those are all in the right place. These all are. I'll throw the clamps on them. Most of these really just have a fairly obvious home. Alright, like I said, I'm going to do these kind of like a 22R head. Basically, start in the middle, work my way out. These are 13 foot-pounds. Wow, that was not much at all. Okay. Seriously? Got that screwed on. Now I'm doing the little fuel line here, and once again I'm doing the square edges inside towards the banjo fitting, and I'm doing the rounded edges on the outsides. Like this washer, the rounded edges are facing that way. This one, they're facing that way. Try to throw this little spring tensioner on there, which is actually probably not going to be easy because it's got to move pretty flippin' far. And don't ask me how to. I'll get it, Toyota. I don't get it. This, the way it sits in there, the only thing keeping this from going that way is the tension on that bolt, which doesn't make any sense. Alright, back again. I just realized that I say alright like a lot. Like a lot. Anyway. Back to this distributor, which I should probably put some lube on. I cleaned it up mostly. There's still some grungy stuff on it. I soaked it in degreaser, washed it off, toweled it off, tried to get it clean. It's just dirty on the outside. The inside's not at all. Inside's pretty. Okay, the inside's a little bit dirty too. Not terrible, but not great. I'll clean it up some more. So anyway, told you how this was going to go before. Let's see if it actually plays the game. It's 50 watts. That advanced 15 degrees instead of went back 15 degrees. Yeah, no. Weird. That looks about right. So right now, the engine is, yeah, right about top dead center. As close as I can figure. And like I said earlier, from the vertical on the engine, this kicks back about 10-15 degrees at top dead center. So really that should be it. How does this thing go? Yep, right at number 1. Pretty sure that's exactly what we're looking for right there. It kind of lines up almost exactly with this. And this plugs in. Make sure your contacts are good. Otherwise it's not going to start. Ooh, there's also a little clip right there. Alright, I'm going to clip these together first. Hear that? It's got another little clip right there. And I'm going to set that so it fires right there. I have not used anti-seize on my 22R distributor like I didn't at one point. I do now. And it got stuck in there pretty freaking good. And I thought I was going to break that off, which would have been a pain in the neck.
Truly want to know yourself, look at your 5 closest friends. Because you're a reflection of the people you spend most of your time with. Whether you like it or not, like them or not, friends can do 2 things. Either push us forward,
for now, okay, I'll adjust that once it's running. Kind of tweak it, see what it sounds like. And yeah, figure out what's best. Probably even get a timing light, set it that way. Alright, so I don't know if you can see it or not. That right there is all nice and new and shiny because I took some Scotch-Brite and cleaned up the very top of it. I also cleaned up this little contact point here. That actually gives you your power from your coil, so definitely want that to be clean. Power goes in through here from the coil up through there. Then this swings by all your little contact points and gives them power as it hits them. So you also want to clean your little contact points. See, that one's like all white from that. I don't know what the hell that is, paint, whatever. But yeah, it's coming off there, so it contacts better. And this little thing's graphite. I mean, if there's a bunch of gunk on it, clean it off, but otherwise, I don't think you need to do anything. I think it's graphite, pretty sure. Alright, got our distributor on this engine, one's right here.
So there's nothing wrong with having friends with benefits.
Do not know at all.
So ultimately,
Whatever.
both of you can find
We'll
ways
wait till we get the spark plugs and actually figure out which piston is which. Okay, so we kind of touched on this a little bit before as we were taking the engine apart. I don't know if we were recording that part or not, but this distributor in the cap actually looks really good. It looks fairly new. Apparently the brand is wired for life. It looks like good wires, honestly. Premium 7mm cable. Edge. Yeah, I don't know about this brand, but whatever. It looks like everything's good. Contacts look good. And there's still a little bit of dielectric grease on there, which is good too. But anyway, like I showed you, I cleaned it because it's new. If it wasn't a new one, you'd really want to get a new rotor, a new cap, new wires, new plugs, and replace all of it. But we're just going to do the plugs because this looks pretty good. We just cleaned it up. Should be like new. Yeah, some new plugs. It should be golden. This intake manifold looks pretty terrible. I mean, look at all this corrosion and stuff there. So what I'm going to do is do what I'm doing right now and go over the whole thing with gray Scotch-Brite. Gray Scotch-Brite, when you scuff aluminum, doesn't make it look super weird. It just kind of gets all the crap off there. Thankfully, Toyota's geometry on this lower alternator bracket is actually pretty good. I was able to tighten the block side, and the alternator will still cycle through its full adjustment range there. I've had on other trucks, if you tighten this side and you try to move it, it's not cut out at the right angle or the right curve, and it'll get hung up. So you gotta leave it loose, adjust everything, tighten that, and tighten that back up. Thankfully this isn't like that. Yeah, got the alternator plugged in. Need to tighten this one up, which is what I'm doing right now. So kind of at a standstill right now. I'm gonna throw his battery on the charger, so hopefully it's fairly revived when it comes to pick up the truck. Waiting on that crankshaft pulley, the oil cooler, and not the thrust bearing, the pilot bearing. And then we can slap the rest of it back together. Alright, so here's some recap of what we got done today. Most of the vacuum lines, there are 3 stragglers we gotta take care of. Power steering pump is on, it's not tight because we're waiting on the other idler pulley. And in order to do that, we're waiting on the crankshaft pulley. And then we can do the timing for that, then we can do that other idler pulley, then we can do the pulley on that, then we can do that. Yeah, so that's kind of hanging us up a lot. Anyway, that little tensioner pulley's on there. That wasn't on there this morning. Alternator, distributor, plug-ins for all those things, a few wires over there, the upper intake manifold, the hoses on the back over there, coolant, or heater I guess. Yeah, clutch bracket in the back, and a few other things I forgot about.
Brandon got our upper intake installed, and he got our distributor installed properly. He's really good at doing that. I was off running errands, doing parts runs. That's kind of how it goes when you're the business owner. So we're waiting for our lower timing belt pulley to come and for our oil filter cooler housing to come as well. So we're kind of held up. Until those come, we can't really move forward. Spark plugs as well. But we're making good headway as far as I'm concerned. Thanks for watching and hanging out with us. Leaving comments. I read all of them. Check us out at cougarhousegarage.com. Check us out at Facebook.com/cougarhousegarage. And check us out on Instagram, Cougar House Garage. And we'll see you guys in the next video.